I love you guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Etta James.
I see your hand over there. I see it. Holding your woman's leg. I see it. No, the other one. At last, my love has come along. Oh, yeah, baby.
How y'all doing? I just wanted to give y'all a minute of that just because I'm kind of feeling it, you know? I've got to admit that I, have kind of just soaked in how people have been responding to Etta James' alleged comments about Beyonce and Barack Obama, our president, 44 president. And with all due respect, I gotta say that I kind of feel her, and I guess I'm looking at it from this point of view. I kind of put myself in her shoes a little bit. Imagine what it would be like to be a singer, who had a great hit, back in the day that is just a universal classic. And for her, to be contacted, we're going to cast Beyonce in a film that will include you. And with all due respect, I personally do not feel that Beyonce is the best actress. I also do not feel that she was stellar in that movie. So let's just, eliminating my opinion, let's say that Etta James shares that opinion. She's cast, she's being portrayed in the movie by someone who plays her very poorly, because it's, if somebody was playing you in a movie, you would definitely be critical of how they do it. But there's no denying that, the reason why Beyonce was even casted in this film is because she is a dominant force in the game. And I will definitely admit that and give her props there. What's difficult about that is anytime you create something, or anytime, there's something that's sort of like the foundation of your existence, and somebody else comes along and takes that from you, like, it's really hard to deal with. So what I see is, and I want to make sure this is heard, what I see is Etta James saying, this is my baby, this is something that I birthed. And not only has this younger woman come behind me and sort of taken this away from me, the president of the United States has offered to have her, sing my song rather than me. And I know people are like, well, she should have said that about Barack Obama, or she should have, rephrased what she said. But, like, her position is, how disrespectful. Now, I also want you to keep in mind, regardless of how you feel about Beyonce, a lot of people still have in the back of their minds the fact that she said that Tina Turner was the queen. Now, no matter how you feel about that, there is a particular disrespect there, because even though Tina Turner is queen of, I think it's rock and roll, but to say that she's the queen in general is definitely going to alienate anybody who might be a fan of Aretha, like, just automatically. That's just a given. So, really trying to look at it from Etta James' perspective, this is her fight to be relevant. It's like, it's something that a lot of us won't really understand until we're her age and we're saying, oh my gosh, look at what I built, look at what I created, and now look at somebody else take it. And the acts, and I also want to make clear too that this is alleged. Like, I'm, kind of don't know how I feel about people saying like, oh, Obama like didn't contact Etta James. We don't know who actually planned this inaugural ball, and there were thousands of, hundreds of them. So we don't know who planned this one and cast Beyonce in it. But it is, you have to contact, these individuals when you, and maybe this song is old and doesn't fall under those rules, but, like, Etta James is a living legend, and even though, I'm feeling very disrespected because I'm seeing people who are like 19 years old, like, calling Etta James all kind of bees and hoes and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what is the problem that we can't respect the people who've come before us? Regardless of how you feel about Beyonce, like, you can love Beyonce with all your heart, but offer her the criticism that, I want to liken Beyonce to Fantasia. There we go. I'm gonna liken. Fantasia has never had an issue where somebody who is a legend in the game has said Fantasia does not have respect for her elders. Fantasia has always said, you know what, I'm here standing on the shoulders of women like Etta James, like Diana Ross, like Aretha Franklin, And it's not to say that Beyonce has not said that, but Beyonce has also put herself in the position where, people can really question, whether she respects her elders, in particular those that she does not list. And so here is Etta James' cry, to say, hey, I'm not dead, I'm still alive, respect me enough, show me enough respect that you would at least say, this is Etta James' song, and yeah, she did get some press, and some people will say, oh, well, she's all washed up, but she's washed up to you because you probably weren't even alive when that last came out, so I guess, I have some really strong feelings about that, but, from Beyonce's perspective though too, and I just do want to mention that, is that, like, I know a lot of people have been critical of, her role in the movie, as I was too, but from Beyonce's perspective, who would, if somebody called you and said, hey, I want you to play Etta James in this movie, I want you to play Donald Duck in this movie, and here's how much money we're going to give you, of course she's not going to deny or say, no, I can't play Etta James because she's a legend. She's not going to say, no, I'm not going to do that. So Beyonce is doing what Beyonce needs to do, and she's doing it to the best of her ability, and I got to give her credit for that. I don't know, and if somebody asks you, but my question is, what is Beyonce's role in respecting her elders? Now, if you come to me, and I can sing a little bit, I consider myself to be a singer. If you come to me and you say, and I'm famous, let's say I'm famous, and you say, I want you to sing, this Beyonce song, that, I want you to sing Me, Myself, and I. That's my favorite Beyonce song. I want you to sing Me, Myself, and I. I'm going to say, I just want to give props and respect to Beyonce because she created this, right? And I think that it's hard to feel relevant or to feel useful when you get to a certain age, and I think that, that's just where Etta James is. Is it okay for her to use some of the language that she used? I don't know. I'm not going to judge her. I'm not going to, say that she was wrong or right, for saying Obama had big ears. He does have big ears. They talked about Jesus, so they're going to talk about Obama, so people can get over that anyway. But, I guess just trying to look at it from Etta's standpoint, because everybody's writing for Beyonce and ain't nobody saying nothing about Etta, and so, or ain't nobody saying nothing positive about her, at least trying to walk a mile in her shoes. So I'm not saying that Beyonce is wrong. I'm not saying that whoever planned the inauguration is wrong. I'm just saying that people ought to give Etta just a little bit of credit, just some. If you got any, give it to her. That's all.